What's up, guys? Today we're talking about rotationplasty. Kid with cancer? I'm PT Dan, the kid's cancer PT. That's mine, actually. This is my friend Shanna, and I'm really excited to talk to her today because she used to be a kid with cancer. And now she works really hard to change the world for kids just like you. Something big happened to you when you were a kid and it changed your life. Can you tell me a little bit about what that was like?
Yeah, for sure. So when I was 7, I had cancer, bone cancer in my leg.
What was the name of your cancer that you had?
Osteosarcoma. And I went through a long section of chemotherapy, and then I had a big surgery to kind of take the tumor out of my leg and help me be healthier. And it was hard.
It's hard. At 7 years old, do you remember your leg hurting before?
Yeah. So my leg hurt for about 3 weeks, enough that when I was walking to the bus one day, my knee kind of bent backwards and my femur sort of like all broke at that time. After that, I just used crutches because I, couldn't really walk on it anymore. And I was in the hospital, shortly after that happened when we found out that it was cancer, and it was pretty painful.
So the last day of you were walking to school, huh?
Yeah. I was. And then I was like, do I go home or I don't know.
Like, that's the excuse note of a lifetime for a teacher.
Yeah, it is.
Do you remember what it felt like on the days leading up to your surgery? Were there things that you were thinking about?
Yeah, so this kind of surgery is obviously kind of weird. It's a big change, and I was really just focused on what I would be able to do after the surgery. So I wanted the cancer out, and I understood that part, but I knew that I wanted to play sports and I wanted to be able to hang out with my friends again. Sure. I just like wanted to be healthy. So
you had all this chemo and you were in the hospital all this time. Were there things you were scared of right after your surgery? Like, for instance, this surgery changes the way your leg looks. Was it scary to look at?
The first time it was scary to look at. I knew from videos what it was going to look like. Okay. I hadn't met anybody who had the surgery, so I wasn't really sure. And the things that really just made me nervous right after surgery were wondering if it was going to hurt. Oh, sure. We're wondering how I would get out of bed now because I didn't have these 2 legs in the same way that they were before. What PT was going to be like, if it will be fun or not fun. PT Dan's fun. And I just could think about, how is it going to be that I get back to doing everything I was doing before?
What's that path look like?
Yeah.
Do you feel like anybody really sat you down and said, this is what it's going to look like?
Yes. I was the right age to be able to watch videos and understand that it was going to look different. Okay. And I was going to get an additional prosthetic to go with. So as a 7-year-old, I kind of got to make the decision a little bit with my parents as well. They told me, this is why we're doing it, and this is how we think it's going to make your life awesome. Okay. And this is why it's important that we do these things. And it took me a while to agree and understand with what was happening, of course.
I can't even imagine it. And yet I know so many people that have to go through this decision. So thanks for talking to me about it.
Right.
After you had your surgery and you're sitting there looking at your leg and it's different, did anybody say, hey, by the way, you're going to be able to walk at this particular time, and these things that you're worried about, you don't have to worry about those things?
I had a couple people that I sort of had met who had the same surgery, but we didn't really want to do the same things. And the video kind of at the time was
like
pretty
black and white.
Yeah, it was like pretty basic.
Like a real.
So I would like watch this video over and over again. It was a VHS. We put it in, rewind it, fast forward back to where I wanted to see.
Rewind.
Yes, rewind and then do it again. So I kind of knew like I'm going to go back to having chemo, and that's what we're going to do for a while until it heals. Once it's healed, then we start doing the prosthetic thing.
Yeah. I like that you didn't really have to know the clear path. It sounds like you were just like, okay, I know what life's going to be like, and I'll just start walking this direction and figuratively walking, and then eventually I'll walk again.
That's exactly right. And I had really pro crutch skills by that time.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
lots of crutches.
Those people scare me. Like pro crutcher kids, they're like, whoosh, it's amazing.
It was, I tried to rollerblade on crutches, would not recommend.
Do you remember standing up on your leg for the first time?
I do remember. First thing that was kind of an issue is that there were so many tubes. The grown-ups don't really know exactly what to do. So
they don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. They're like, you could probably do this.
And the PT was like, we're getting up today. And I was like, sir, I just had my leg cut off yesterday. So I got up in the wheelchair, but I kind of just did it myself because nobody could really figure out how to hold all the things. So I just took them.
Wait. The VHS tape didn't explain that?
It did not. So I picked it up and was like, well, I got to get in the wheelchair. That's all I knew. Like, pop the side off, hold up my leg, grab my tubes, and scoot over by myself. And from there, it was like all uphill. Like, you just got to get out of it. You get in the chair and
you're just like, you guys are all useless. Everyone.
Actually, I kind of told them that. But it was my mom. It wasn't just, the PTs were fine.
But you VHS tape?
Yeah, super.
You were up on crutches whenever you were up. You didn't have to use a walker necessarily.
I used a walker during initial rehab. So wheelchair to sitting in a chair to walker, and then once the big pads came off, then back to my crutches.
Okay.
So
it's just such a step-by-step process. It's crazy to think how long you had to wait.
Right.
I want to fast forward to now. Like, what kind of things do you do now? Like, what kind of things do you do for fun? How does that work with your leg?
Yeah, sure. I do basically anything I want to do. I can water ski. I can ride my bike. I go on long bike rides.
Wow.
I can play basketball. I can play football. I can climb trees. I can climb mountains.
You said football.
I could throw football.
Like...
I mean, I can do the tackling.
Yeah. Okay.
It just depends if people want to get their face like near the metal on my leg. So that's the problem. It's more an issue for them.
Yeah.
So usually it's like a little two-hand touch action.
Some titanium, bam!
Yeah, that's right. So like, excuse their faces.
I played with Shanna, now I need to go to the emergency room and have my face reattached.
We love sports. Nice. My husband is a PT. We love to play sports. I hear not all PTs love to play sports, but...
Some PTs are incredibly nerdy.
Yeah.
I have heard about these guys, and they're like, you can't get them to even throw stuff because they're terrible at it. So you do all kinds of stuff. Have you run?
Yeah,
and
I can run.
What is running like?
So I can jog in my like day-to-day leg.
Okay.
That one has like a cross-trainer foot on it. This is like kind of bouncy.
Gotcha.
That one works better for hiking and like sprinting, that sort of thing. But I do have a super cool Blade Runner leg, which is awesome as well. And I'm not an avid runner, so I'm not super great at it, but I can do it. Like I'll do it sometimes, I'll get it done. But people who want to do it,
they can.
They do it all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's really a matter of what you want to do, not what you can't do.
Awesome. Yeah.
You're not being prevented from it. You just don't really want to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll do it.
Like, you're telling me I could go run?
Yes.
Great.
I would rather swim and ride my bike.
Maybe somebody watching this video is a runner and they're wondering if they'll run. So,
for sure.
Hey, you can probably run up Everest with this particular surgery and these prosthetics, right?
Absolutely. And there are a lot of people who are running with a rotationplasty.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you can do pretty much everything you want to do.
Yeah.
Can you dance? Yeah, me neither. Is there anything you're still scared of these days?
That's a good question. Obviously, I'm grown up now.
Yeah.
But grown-ups are still afraid of things. I wouldn't say I'm afraid of anything related to cancer anymore. So I'm not scared of that. I'm scared of kind of more normal things like, sharks, jellyfish, lightning. Yeah. You never know, right? But things related to my leg or related to cancer, nah. People love me for who I am, and that kind of gets rid of all those fears that maybe I had a long time ago.
I think that's fantastic. Like, being able to actually see you at this point in your life and know that cancer was a part of your world, it doesn't still affect you so much that your world is destroyed by it.
Absolutely.
I think if you just got diagnosed or something, like, this is a scary process and you're at step one. She's down the road now. She's looking ahead. And the nice thing about somebody like Shanna is she can say, I lived through this and I can tell you that it gets better. So because of everything that happened to you, I know that you care very much about kids like you who have to go through cancer treatment. What are you doing today to help show those kids and those families that they're not fighting alone?
So I tried for a really long time to sort of figure out how I could best help kids and teenagers who are going through this cancer experience. So I founded an organization called Childhood Cancer Community. And it actually is what it sounds like. We just get together, we have a place where people belong, where people are able to be mentors to others if they would like to, if that's something valuable to them. Mm-hmm. But we're also the place that is the first phone call when someone's diagnosed with cancer, so that parents have a place that's awesome, kids have a place to just be kids, that they can hang out, make some new friends who really understand what's going on and get the needs met, the resources that they need to get through their cancer journey, and that's what we do.
So you became a connecting point for like a large community of people.
Yeah, and we have a ton of fun. We have a great time with everybody, but then we also do cancer together as soon as they can get met.
So this is a good organization for you to be involved in if you just want to be a part of that connecting point situation that they have going on. Giving your time or your money helps connect families, and going through cancer, not alone, is very, very important.
Yeah.
Lastly, and I think most importantly, if you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be? I mean, you can make one up. It could be anything. I mean, why?
Well, my first thought was something about tacos.
I concur.
But I think we're going to raise it to the next level. I would say anything in the entire world I could do, teleportation.
Ooh. Yeah, you could go to Cleveland. Boom.
I want to go to Cleveland.
Yeah.
So, like,
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's
Boom.
what I want.
Yeah. You could go over there by that weird tree and that guy.
Yeah, and the flowers are nice over there, so that's good.
Boom.
I could visit you
can
whenever
visit me.
I want.
Yep, without having to drive.
That'd be
a long
awesome.
Time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. If somebody coughs near you and it's coronavirus, you can be like, boom.
Gotta go. Gotta go. But mostly it's so I could see, all my cancer friends.
Yeah, if you're covering the
I
whole
want.
Midwest, that's a lot of driving.
Yeah, I
otherwise,
hope that there's no motion sickness with teleportation. Right?
Well, that, of course, is incorrect.
Kids Cancer PT.